Hello and welcome to another video. Today's video is actually really exciting and I'm very excited to everything. The very nice people over at Arrtx sent me a pack of their new Simptap markers. They sent it to me for free just to try them out and tell you guys my opinion. But it's so exciting. They come with 24 colors. The marker is different to the usual Arrtx marker because if you see here, the actual nib doesn't have any paint in it yet because you have to press the end of the marker, this like plastic bit, to like break a seal, I think, and then that's how it absorbs all the paint. So I have a little swatch sheet that I made, because you can tell I like tore it weird, so that we could go looking at each marker's color, because obviously these swatches are just to know which colors are in the pack. It's with my new sketchbook's paper, so can you tell like I messed up twice? I'm very bad at math. I'm very dyslexic, so I did not know how to divide this into 24 pieces. I will be swatching them and then I will be trying them out on a proper illustration in my sketchbook. So one of the things that you're meant to do with these pens is you shake them with the cap on to make sure that the, like, I don't know, the paint comes out properly, and one of the things I did was shake it with the cap off, which was very dumb of me, and you can't really see it on camera, but I had to like wipe away a lot of white paint, so know that that's my fault and not the pen. It's just me being an idiot. I had read the instructions beforehand, but I don't know, monkey brain. There's a knack to these pens. You press it down and then there's a click noise, or like you feel a click. I didn't know that. I didn't know that that's the way it worked, so I kept like pressing on them and then not pressing on them hard enough, and I just, by the end of this swatch, like this swatch sheet, my hand was so sore. But again, that's kind of my fault. These pens are relatively easy to use. Like when I was actually painting with them, they were fine, like they were just fine, but I'm just like trying to figure out how it all worked and everything was so difficult. So okay, one of the things that I was told, and that is literally on the box, is that it has a cool design, or exclusive design, and it says it has a durable brush tip, which I would agree with, because honestly those brush tips are so nice. I actually have like a couple normal Arrtx markers, and oh sorry, there's my cat. If you see my cat a couple times, I apologize. Also, this was recorded the next day. I don't know why I procrastinated doing a swatch sheet, but I did. So yeah, here is like, it's more sped up because I kind of started figuring out how it worked. And then if I didn't know how to do one, I just go to the next one. So yeah, the brush tip is way nicer than any of the other Arrtx brushes I've used, which I'd say is a great up. Like, it's just nice. The colors are really vivid, and it says good for coverage and waterproof. I haven't tested if it's waterproof. There's my cat again. Say hi to Mel. She likes to know what I'm doing, and go on top of everything. Anyway, the coverage was really good. Like, it's very opaque. I'd say that you'd probably be able to get a, you know, just a general flat color on your sketchbook with like one cover, you know, like you don't have to go over it. If you wanted to, you could, to just go over a few things, but honestly the coverage was really nice. And it's true, the colors are very bright. It's kind of expected from acrylic markers, I would say. I do have a pastel set and I do really like pastels, so if they made a pastel version of this, I'd eat that up. Like, it would be so nice. The range of colors, I mean, I like the range of colors. I like the pinks and the purples and stuff, but there's like one yellow, and I feel like you could have probably maybe one color that's between yellow and orange, you know? Although there was silver and gold, which I thought was really cool. I love like metallic stuff. Here I started to just test these out on some sketches I had already done. I wanted to do a spread, but I didn't have a lot of time to like figure a proper spread out, so I only did one page with these characters and a few other doodles. But like, if you can see, the minute I figure out how these markers work, literally, it is so easy. It was so nice. Like the colors would literally, like, it just went on so nicely onto the paper. And my paper is 150 GSM, so it's quite thin. It's not like super thin, but for multimedia purposes, paint on 150 is not the best. Like, I used to use 180 or 190, and like that's my preference. I like my paper quite thick, but because of the sketchbook, I wanted to try kind of like a bigger square sketchbook, so that unfortunately meant that I had to sacrifice the, you know, the paper's quality. But honestly, there was no bleeding. It didn't even like really shadow through the paper. So if you want to use acrylic markers on loose tone paper, it's great. Like it works a charm. Something kind of unrelated is I think I'd really like to see Arrtx make a skin tone pack of acrylic markers. I know they do like pastel and vibrant colors and stuff, but it would be really cool if we could see like a range of different skin tones to be able to make some more like, not necessarily realistic pieces, because I do actually really like the kind of like pop art vibe that the acrylic markers kind of give, but just to have like a wider range. Like, I used a very light color for the first character's skin tone, and you'll see I used a darker color to kind of like try out different tones and stuff, and I feel like if we had a wider variety, it would be quite cool. The coverage is really nice. You can kind of see in the video that it looks kind of patchy, but when it dries, honestly, you can't see it. It's purely just because it's wet paint. Also, pink is lighter than blue, so the blue hair on the first character was honestly kind of the same kind of patchiness at first. And then when it dries out, it just like goes to a nice kind of, I wouldn't say completely uniform color, because I did use a darker color in certain parts, but definitely a very nice look. I don't know. If you can hear my allergies right now with my new mic, I don't know what you're talking about. What do you mean? I don't know what you're, what? Huh? What? One of the things about these markers is that you can use them on multiple surfaces, which I did try out, but I didn't put in the video because I tried them out after I recorded everything. But basically, I was gonna make a video about my new sketchbook, and I don't know if I will make another video about it. I might, I don't know, it depends on what you guys think. Because I really like recording this stuff, but it is very time consuming, and my executive dysfunction just like makes me not be able to do it like almost at all. It's very hard to kind of get out of bed and do this, but definitely with uni coming up, I think I'll definitely try and record my work more. Anyway, what I'm trying to get to is I was painting with acrylics on my sketchbook cover, and my sketchbook cover I think is just plastic. I don't think it's leather. If it is leather, that's great. I don't think it's leather, but because I don't know, it's bright blue. But anyway, I wanted to have like a different kind of look for my sketchbook, and I like shortly after I started painting on it, I had to get blood drawn, and unfortunately I have very small veins, which means that they had to prick me in my hands. So both of my hands were very irritated for a while, because also I take ages to heal. So I was like waiting for them to feel better, and then I started organizing this, and then once they were healed, I started like painting these. So it was only when I started when I started editing this video, I was like, maybe I'll try it on my sketchbook. And honestly, like, my sketchbook isn't finished. I don't know what I'm gonna do with like the cover. I'm not sure if I want to repaint it or whatever, but the coverage and the like opacity those paints have on the painting that's already there is so nice. It was like, and it's easier than having to take out all of my acrylics, because that was another thing. Like, after not being able to draw for a couple days, I really didn't like want to take out my acrylic paints to try and mix colors and stuff to make like paint my sketchbook. So to be able to kind of have like easy access to acrylic paint markers like that is so helpful. My hands are fine now, by the way. I just wanted to make a point because, like, I don't know, I haven't really tried it on any other surface, but if I do, I'll keep you guys updated because they're so much fun. This drawing honestly didn't come out the way that I wanted to. I feel like obviously the anatomy is kind of rough, but I will give myself some cut myself some slack because originally the drawing wasn't really for a YouTube video. It was just like a random doodle of stuff. So, you know, her face is a little bit squashed, but that's fine. It was enough to kind of showcase what I wanted with the markers. Yeah, I had a lot of fun with this. Next up, I'm drawing a scarab, which I found on Pinterest, because when do I not find a great reference of a bug on Pinterest? Oh my god. Anyway, sorry. I'm sorry. It's literally September, and I've got allergies. It's because it rained. Anyway, the scarab was a lot of fun. I don't know why I don't draw bugs more often. I love bugs. I really love bugs. Like, bugs, I love them. I love bugs. But I never gravitate towards them. I think it's because I get intimidated by their shape. So I decided to kind of try it with this paint because I found this really cool iridescent like scarab, which was like purple and green, and it like faded into a green color in the middle of the body, and I thought that was really cool to try and like make a gradient. Because also I noticed that with the colors, there was a lot of purples and greens. There was like one yellow. So yeah, I would have probably liked if there was a darker orange and a darker yellow to complement those two, because I just love warm hues in general. But yeah, the scarab was a lot of fun. The paint dried very quickly. I noticed that actually. As you can kind of see, I started drawing the scarab right after I finished the other drawing, and my hand is pressed on the page, which I usually have a lot of anxiety about because I'm very messy and I always get covered in paint, and when I'm drawing over something that might not be dry yet, I always end up smudging it. I'm just very torpe. I can't help it. Like I'm not aware that it's not dry yet. I forget. So this paint dried very, very quickly, and that meant that I could just draw there and not have to worry about my hand like smudging the drawing, which was so nice because like I didn't even realize I was doing it. I literally lifted my hand up and was like, wait, I didn't wait for this to dry, and it had already been dried, which was really nice, you know. I really like doing like the black outline with the pen because the black acrylic marker is so opaque. It's nice. I used yellow, so I did this thing where like I kept pressing the, what is it called? The valve on top a little bit too much to get more paint out. And then I used like speckle highlights in the middle of the scarab. I thought that was really cool. Then we have just another bug I found on Pinterest. I don't know what bug this is. I'm not really good at knowing bugs. It's not my specialty. I thought he looked really cool, and also know that like these drawings are very loosely based on the bugs that I found on Pinterest. I kind of made up a few parts, but this bug was yellow, green, and black, which was an interesting combo, and I really liked that because the yellow and the green are so close to each other on the color wheel, but then there's this like black that really puts everything together. I thought that was really cool. I like bugs. I used a brown color actually for some of the shading as well. I wanted there to be like the highlight of the black would be brown, if that makes any sense. But yeah, that black, I love myself a good black marker. I think most artists do, because to be able to get like a flat black surface of something, it's not easy. It's very difficult actually, because it can be streaky. It can be like, if it's acrylic, it'll dry kind of like plasticky. So this is this like formula for the black marker is so nice, and as you can tell, like I was saying earlier, I love the way the black just kind of puts everything together, where it's like a mess of color, and then you have this thing that makes it make sense to a degree. I mean, it is technically just a bunch of random splotches. I also did the paint thing, the plain little like shimmers with the yellow there too. I went adding a few extra little bits, just like random colors, and I added some gold as well because I really wanted to find a way to use the gold marker. I love gold markers. I never use them really because I get scared of wasting the ink, but I like the shiny markers a lot. I'm a raven in disguise, guys. I can't help it. So yeah, I just went adding a few extra like random scribbles and words and stuff like that. I'm sure that I'll go back to this page as well, because one thing about me with my sketchbooks is I never finish a page until my sketchbook is finished, because I just love going back and adding things. I want my sketchbook to look like someone vomited a bunch of art onto it, so I probably will go back, but I'll go back with the acrylic markers because they're just so nice. Like they're just so lovely, and I think they fit my style a lot as well. I think that if because my style is very like blocky, I love to, you can kind of see it with the way that I drew the skin tones and stuff. I love like when you can point out each color that's in the drawing. I also added my logo, which is like a rabbit thing, in purple, because that's one of my favorite shades that we had. So yeah. So I finished my sketchbook page. I wanted to do a spread, but I don't think I had much time. But I will be working with these a lot from now on in the sketchbook anyway, so you guys will get to see a lot of art using these paint markers, because honestly they were so much fun. I feel like the range of colors are quite cool. There's a lot of like greens and purples. It would have been nicer if there were more like reds and oranges and stuff, and maybe a few more blues. But honestly, for a set of 24 to be able to do like multiple things like this is really cool. Markers themselves are actually so cool, and I mean, I love their design. I will say though, pressing the plastic part on the bottom was kind of hard at first until I got into the groove of it. Like, I just couldn't for the life of me open the seal, but I think that was just on me because I wasn't realizing that you had to hold it for a certain way, I guess. Because after I figured that out, like, everything went fine, and the paint is like so... Can you not? Can you not beep your horn at me? The paint went on really smoothly, and it was a lot of fun. So thank you so much, Arrtx, for sending me these markers. It was amazing. It's the first time I've ever done anything like this, and honestly, it's thanks to you guys that I even had the chance to do this, because I mean, I never thought that any of this would happen. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed this video. Honestly, I don't know when my next videos will be coming out as well. I know that a lot of you like drawing and talking with me kind of videos, so if you guys liked this kind of format, definitely tell me in the comments, because honestly this was so much fun to record. But yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in another video.